Hey there. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this thing. This is the Divoom Pixoo 64. It's a internet connected pixel art frame, basically. It has functionality like clocks, which you can see here, which connect to the web and give you like rough forecasts of like weather and everything like that, as well as social media counters, crypto and stock trackers, music visualizers, and just a general decoration. The main reason why I want to talk about this is because these were on sale for Black Friday, and they still continue to remain on that sale. So I don't know if they're just like permanently discounted for a lower price. But these state that their normal retail is about $150. I picked this up 2 weeks after Black Friday for 89 and change. And I got it because a friend of mine had also picked up a similar item. I honestly have always wanted one of these because I've kind of wanted one of those quote unquote YouTuber clocks, which basically was a clock that also connected to the internet and counted or tracked your subscriber count and stuff like that. So anyway, I had like a little spot where I keep a slightly unique clock. The previous clock that I had was just clock and weather. So this is clock and weather and more. The main thing that I will say about this is that it is a neat product. I will say the reviews that were online, especially on Amazon, did almost scare me away from getting this. Every time that they mentioned this, it was like good, but then they said, but the app. And and so I'm like, well, if it looks nice, and it certainly looks better in person than it ever did, like in pictures or videos that I had seen. It looks much nicer in person, but I will say it's not necessarily the app that is the issue. The issue that I had is just connecting the thing in the first place. The first time that I tried to connect it, it took probably 3 to 4 hours for me to actually get this thing connected to the internet. But once I got it connected, it wasn't too bad. The app isn't what I would consider to be like the best app in the world. It's a little clunky, but it's not terrible. I think a lot of people, when they're saying that the app is bad, I think that they really need to state that the connection is bad. And I checked with my friend to see if they had the same sort of problems, and they did. They didn't have any real issues with the app. It was just more just the connecting it to the internet itself. So basically, what you need to make sure that you do is when you get this out of the box, plug it in, have it in its on state, and then through the app, try to connect it. You want to make sure that you're connecting it through Bluetooth, and you want to make sure that this is going to connect, or sorry, I guess I should say you make sure that your phone is on the same Wi-Fi that the actual Pixoo will be on. It only accepts the 2.4 type network. So if you have like a 5G or the 5 megahertz, whatever gigahertz network, it won't connect to that. So just make sure that your device is connected to that, and that's how you do it. What I found that I had to do is it would get stuck, and I would have to reset it, and you reset it by pushing and holding this button for roughly 8 seconds, and then it basically will power it down and restart it. And then I would have to try the whole thing over again. I had trouble connecting to the internet through the app. I had trouble connecting the app to the thing, but once they finally talked to each other, everything was fine. I'm just going to go over a couple little things. So inside the box, when you get it, and I will say, unboxing experience is quite nice. It's quite nicely packaged. I do appreciate that. You have the frame, which comes in this little sleeve. Obviously, the frame that I have is right there in front of you. You get your little instruction manual, which does give you some tips for troubleshooting. But again, there's not really much. This is it. This is the instructions in English. It is one page. The rest of them are in different languages. It does basically say that it has to be 2.4, but either way, it'll help you a little bit. Most what I had to do was just trial and error. And then outside of the frame, you have a little box here, which this will come with your USB A to C cable plus your wall wart. Of course, I don't have this in here right now. That is all downstairs, plugged in. I brought this upstairs just so I could film this little video. So for the app itself, it appears that it's available on basically all of the app stores. And so when you log into it, you're instantly just shown like the art, which if you want any specific types of art, you can search for it. Let's see, I built a Lego Bowser over here, so let's see if I can find Bowser. So I'm just going to search by artwork. Yeah, and you'll get stuff like this, which is cute. I like that. Lots of different little animated things, things from like the movie, things from the game. Let's see, is there anything good in here? What I like to do is I like to add them to my little cloud storage folders. So what I will do is I will just, here, I'll do this one. And then I like this too. Okay, but yeah, so that's how you can find art for it. But what you probably want to actually play around with is this second tab. So this is what's known as like it's the My Clocks setting. So you'll see here that I have clocks that I have enabled, plus the weather clock, and then these are just like art. So if I want to display any specific thing, I can choose that and just go from there. So if I choose this, it'll start playing whatever is in this folder. And so as I add, which is what I was doing previously, these are your custom 1, 2, and 3, and it'll just basically rotate through all the stuff that's inside here. And you can set it to like play once, play for 3 seconds. I'm going to choose to play it for 3 seconds, so that way some of them will loop a little bit longer. And then when you're done, just make sure you hit the little check mark up top to save that setting. Did I actually save that setting? Okay, good. I'm actually going to go in here and change that setting for all of the other ones as well. Actually, I'm going to make it 5 seconds. But the other thing about it too is that you have things like subscriber count clocks. So you'll have to excuse me, I'm having trouble with internet connectivity. So if this doesn't like display anytime during this, then that's why. But it'll give, you can choose clocks that give you your social media stats as well as like the time itself. So you can add clocks pretty easily. So go to add clock, and it's got things like the cloud channel, which this is, it rotates through different art that other people have made. And then you have like visualizers. So if you have like ambient sound, this can be like a visualizer for that. You can also choose like all sorts of different style clocks people have made, or at least like there's built-in things that are pretty interesting. Social media, you got Twitch, X, Facebook, Bilibili, Pinterest, Tumblr, all sorts of stuff like that. You have stocks and Bitcoin type stuff, and you have specific weather type clocks, as well as holiday themed. You have tools, like this is like a message board, Amazon Music, stuff like that. And then you have like game related, and then just custom and things of that nature. But the one thing that I will say, if you do want to like utilize a lot of stuff in this. There's something called clock collection, which you would have to access. And that's what I use, because with clock collection, it allows you to select multiple different clocks. So I have it where it's like the weather clock, then my custom art one, then it's my YouTube, my Twitch, and then goes to an art two, and so on and so forth. And it just like rotates through those. But yeah, it's a neat little thing. Again, a little clunky here and there. It's not necessarily like the most intuitive type thing to use, but once it's like set and ready to go, I quite like it. But anyway, let me know what you think of this guy. Have you ever used one of them? Have you? I would say that there's like been like multiple different versions of these. Usually the ones that I've seen are like small little, almost like alarm clock style. I like this better. It's a nice big display, and it helps. It catches the eye, and in person it does look really nice. Like when you're playing. Let me see if I can find something here. When you have like the right type of art on here, it really does do good. So I really do appreciate like what it is and what it does, and I like it. It's a neat little thing, and I have fun playing. I scroll through a lot of art. There's like somebody that's continually like they have this one character called Maria, and it's like some four-armed lady. um, yeah, but anyway, let me know what you think down below, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.